truckers are moving. They are moving. They are not stationing at one place and doing their job. They are moving from district to district, from country to country, and I don't see why they should not be given these things free to protect the whole community.
Now, what I have for you here is basically information on HIV/AIDS.
Yes.
Okay.
Those are all the books that
how to use female condoms.
Oh yes.
HIV/AIDS in the workplace, and then something else also from Engine, which talks about truckers' health, and then first aid for truck drivers.
Yes.
Okay. In here, there's condoms, male condoms as well as female condoms.
We felt it is important to assist those workers who are already infected. And we are currently working towards establishing the clinics at the truck stops, where we feel the truckers are more vulnerable. And then they will provide the medical treatment for the truckers as well as the commercial sex workers.
Our National Congress poses to all members of COSATU momentous challenges, challenges to which we must find adequate answers and viable responses. The current debate in public on the causal link between HIV and AIDS is confusing. For COSATU, the link between HIV and AIDS is irrefutable, and any other approach is unscientific and unfortunately likely to confuse people. As a result, it can undermine the message that all South Africans must take precautions to avoid infection. We do accept that poverty aggravates the situation and creates favorable conditions for the disease to spread.
We've already gathering information about the campaigns in other countries, what the pharmaceutical industry is doing to address in terms of providing accessible and cheap medicine.
I negotiated with the company directors for 2 hours production time to run an HIV awareness program at the factory.
We had people that have passed away because of HIV/AIDS, though people tend to hide that. But the truth is people are dying, and we are losing them every day.
I've lost already 12 workers from the beginning of January on HIV. You'll find that employer has to employ other people and train them to fill that gap of that worker. So it does have a great impact as far as productivity is concerned within the company.
They must provide those SAT to pregnant women. We cannot afford by postponing debates and legislation with just a mere excuse that we are having. We cannot afford that. Our people are dying. We must make sure that we take care of them.
Workers have got an important role to play also is with regards to pharmaceutical companies. These pharmaceutical companies are thriving on HIV/AIDS, in fact.
What has been established that here in South Africa, we've got hundreds of teachers that are dying of HIV and AIDS related illnesses, but we've also got many learners who are HIV and AIDS positive.
The projections is that the numbers of teachers that we are training now will not be adequate at the rate of which the teachers, for instance, are being affected.
So there could be a possibility in the future that you may have classes without teachers because far too many of them will die of the disease. From the union perspective, if we had to ask our members to declare their status, then we need to follow that up or prepare them for some kind of support structure, and that does not exist right now.
We will propose to Congress that we fight for the alternative importation of drugs. If government is unable to do that, we must be able to do that as, a starting point, but actually force government as well to make sure that they're able to avail drugs, particularly to deal with mother-to-child infections. Yeah.
Maybe we need to set a day of action as part of the HIV/AIDS campaign to demonstrate against these pharmaceutical companies in terms of holding us at ransom.
As SATAWU, we believe that the poorest of the poor in this country still remain without a coherent system of support on HIV and AIDS. We want to add further by saying that the poor, with specific reference to women in the rural areas, are the most vulnerable.
SATAWU here in the Congress is also supporting the resolution on access to antiretroviral treatment. Also on the mother-to-child transmission, that all the unborn babies have got the right to health, they have got the right to life. If AZT and any other, or whether it's nevirapine, is available, let it be given to those children so they can be given a chance to life.
One of our objectives was that this Congress, we should get as many members from this Congress signing in as activists within the treatment action campaign.
We call on the Alliance, MTM, structures and progressive NGOs to engage on a massive and nationwide campaign on the on HIV/AIDS, which will culminate on the 1st of December.
Remember, comrades, what Madiba said. What he said to us at our 1994 Congress. And we quote him, he said, if we violate worker rights, you must do to us what you did to the apartheid regime. And therefore, let us say to our government and business today, as we close this Congress, that if they violate our rights, we'll do to them what we have done to the apartheid regime.